Hi guys. So we're on Periscope as well. Actually, we're gonna go off Periscope in a moment. So everyone that's on Periscope, jump over to our live channel. It's AnnaBrandtLive.com. So let me see the Periscope. I can take Periscope for a minute while we're doing a test. Alex is gonna get me the iPad. We're multitasking here, Periscope and YouTube. Oh, I love hearts. Hi guys from the Netherlands. Look at all the hearts. Look at all these hearts. They're green, purple, blue. You know, you can share this if you want to do. We are actually live on YouTube. So if you click the little number, so those of you who are on YouTube, can they see this, Alex? We're on Periscope right now. But if you click the little number on the bottom, or swipe it to the left actually, but you can share this. I'm going to like disconnect you if I do it. You can share this Periscope, Morning from Australia. So if you're on Periscope, hit the little people on the bottom, or if you're on the iPhone, swipe from the left, and you can hit share, and you can share to Facebook or Twitter that we are going live on YouTube. So if you're on the computer, hi from Indiana, go to AnnaBrandtLive.com and you will see me live on YouTube. This is technology. We have the iPad here, so you can see how I'm on YouTube right now? How cool is that, right? Look at all those hearts, aqua, yellow, red. This is technology at its finest. Hello, Anna from DTLA. So this is me on the iPad live on YouTube. This is Periscope. I think I'm probably the first photographer to be doing live on YouTube while Periscoping. Hello, Virginia. And you can see me on the iPad so I can see the chat room. So I will be able to, someone says it's very blurry. Ryan Whitley says it's blurry on YouTube.
Tell them there's a little wrench.
Okay, Ryan, Alex is going to tell you.
So on the little wrench on the YouTube video, you can select
Well, they're
the
saying this on
quality.
YouTube. Okay, so for those of you who are saying I'm blurry on YouTube, and we're going to get off Periscope in a moment. Periscope is saying bad connection anyway. So if they're blurry on YouTube, what are they doing?
They can
Click on the little wrench.
on the little wrench on the bottom right hand of the video.
In the bottom right hand of the video, and select quality,
And then 720 or
and then do 720 or
higher.
higher. Hi, Anna from Seaside, Florida. Well, we're leaving Periscope and we're going live on YouTube. So we'll say see you later on Periscope. And thank you for the love. Thank you for the hearts. Go to AnnaBrandtLive.com and I'm going to be answering your photography questions. So you can type in your questions live. Isn't this fun? It's better than Periscope, right? So I'm going to sign off and I'll see you. Go to AnnaBrandtLive.com. Got it? Okay, I'll see you on YouTube. Ciao, ciao. Okay, so that was fun. We were just seeing if we could Periscope, and because a lot of people have been jumping on Periscope, and lately the connection has been horrible in this building. It's a really old building. And so we wanted to try to get in touch with our Periscope audience to say, hey, we're going live on YouTube. I'm going to turn off my phone. And, you know, in those few seconds, we had like 200 people jump on Periscope. And so I'm going to shut off my phone right now. It's been a crazy day. And my husband just texted me that one of our Mac computers died. Not died, bad video card. It has been the craziest day. I say all the time, I wake up every day, the first one I'm awake in my home. And I start my day pretty early. I start my day about 6:30, well, 6:30 in the morning. Last night I went to bed, I think 10:30. So I slept 8 solid hours. And how do I turn off this phone? Oh, I see. I'll just turn the volume down because I see questions that are coming in from Tara. So, so anyway, I usually will get up at like 6:30 in the morning, start my day before the rest of the family wakes up. And today, yeah, I had a call from the school that Ava they had said she just fell and had a cut. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll come get her and she can lay down in the kids' room. And then I got there and I was like, oh, I think she needs stitches, you guys. And anyone who knows me knows that after December, I was on a ladder in my studio and I fell. You can't really see the scar anymore. in the middle of a photo shoot and cracked my eyebrow open and got stitches and had a concussion and wanted to go back shooting, but I couldn't. I ended up laying in bed for New Year's. And Ava has it on the same eyebrow in the middle, stitches. And she said, I kind of want to go back to school today. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that you got that from me. You need to rest. So, yeah, that's, people ask me all the time how I do what I do. And I just did a podcast with Those Girls Mean Business. I know I linked it on the website, tyopanonline.com, and the podcast was about how I do it all. And I always say that, I'm a mom. So there are some days where mommy duty calls. Now, I'm terrible at doctor visits. I will be crying probably harder than my kids. So my husband usually does the actual doctor visit. So I called him, and thankfully he was available. He was leaving a meeting, coming to pick up one of our computers that was having issues. Picked up my daughter, got her stitches, and then just told me we needed a video card. So we've spent quite a little bit of money in this past hour. So I'm getting comments. I'm going to read you some of the comments, see who's out there. I'll give you a little bit of history with this channel. That's bugging me. With this channel, we're in my studio right now. So if you've ever been here, we have a new sofa that I love. I sat on my sofa one day and realized this is really uncomfortable. Why didn't anyone tell me? And so we got our clients a new sofa because you just had a baby and you want to sit down and feel cushion under your bum. So I'm excited about my new sofa. I'm a little type A, so the pillows will drive me crazy after a while. But I can actually put that one behind me. That'll give me a little bit of, basically what happened was we were going to do Anna Brandt live, I don't know, a while ago. And we did a couple of newborn sessions live. And then I took it down and we had this, channel. Now our original channel, I actually made a domain name for it recently. So now if you go to AnnaBrandtVideos.com, AnnaBrandtVideos.com, that takes you directly to our main channel, which now has, I think, over 3.3 million views and I think over 40,000 subscribers now. And I really wanted to do the live portion on that channel because that's where most of our audience is, but YouTube doesn't allow you to do that. So we had to do our own channel. So we called it Anna Brandt Live and created the domain name Anna Brandt Live. And so we're going to try to make this regular. A couple weeks ago, I committed to doing regular Tyopan tutorials and regular weekly Q&A, which we've been doing. So we've been putting up the nest tutorials. We've done a girl nest tutorial, a boy nest tutorial. We did some newborn videos. And we've already filmed the next couple of Tyopan tutorials that are coming up. And we've also been linking those on Pinterest. So that's fun. And then the weeklies, I discussed the benefits of joining PPA, and we're going to be discussing baby safety on the Tyopan Weekly. And so then I said, well, maybe we should just do Anna Brandt Live. Now, right now, I'm just going to do Q&A. I have some questions here on the iPad and some questions here. And I'm going to be answering your questions. And then in the future, we're going to see if we can maybe do some sessions live. I'm happy with the lighting. It looks good. The quality looks good. And we'll just see how it goes. It's fun. The technology is there. And why not, right? Okay, so here we go. Hello from Brazil. I'm leaving for Brazil in 3 weeks. So my Brazilians, I will be there in 3 weeks. The last week of October, I am in Brazil teaching a 3-day workshop with Amy McDaniel is teaching, and I think Baby's Art is teaching. So we'll be there in Brazil, so that's fun. So I'm going to see who is online right now. Hello from Sacramento, Georgia. I see the questions in here. Fresno, Nikki, hello. Virginia, Brazil. Karen was just in our store shopping a few hours ago. South Carolina, Pittsburgh. So I got asked to speak in the Carolina. Was it South? And I got asked to speak, I think, in Idaho. So now is the time of the year where all of the affiliates ask me to start speaking for next year. I'm definitely speaking at WPPI next year. I'm speaking at Imaging next year. I am going to Spain next year, Argentina back to Brazil in the spring. And then I'm trying to figure out my affiliate schedule. So we are trying to the Netherlands, New Jersey, Florida in the house, Colorado. I promised Florida I'm going to Florida. So we're really working hard on the workshop schedule. I know I'm already committed to WPPI imaging, Brazil, Argentina, and Spain. That's kind of set in stone already. And then the affiliates and my own personal schedule, we just have to work out and see what I can do. And of course, I'm always in New York in the spring. Spain. So Spain, there's still room in the workshop. If you go to tyopanonline.com, yeah, and click on workshops, or you can go to workshops.tyopanonline.com, and there's two types of workshops. There's in-person workshops, and then there's speaking engagements. So when someone asks me to speak, I usually will put that under speaking, or when it's not my own personal workshop. So if it's my own personal workshop, that would be under workshops, and there's nothing on the books, I don't think, right now, except for Argentina. And then the Spain and Brazil, they asked me to speak, so I'm going to their congresses. So that's under speaking. So I know that a couple of days ago there was still room in the Spain workshop, and that's an in-person workshop. When is the Tyopan convention? Oh yeah, let's talk about that, and then we'll get into the Q&A. Many of you know, hi from Tennessee, hello from Australia, Arizona, it's fun, Buffalo, New York, Chile. So I see your questions, so I'll get to these. I'll just say real quick, so here was my thought. I wanted to do a Tyopan convention, and the idea is I wanted to have speakers and clinics. I'm not going to tell you exactly what the clinics are, but I can tell you one would be like a baby wrapping clinic, where there would be multiple clinics throughout the day, vendors, and I have a long list of things that I've been wanting to do for a year, and I have a list of speakers that have subjected their interest, and vendors, and we were originally going to launch it in New York, but it's so expensive to do that in New York, so we said, okay, let's launch it in California. We were looking at June. And now it's just trying to find the right location and deciding how many speakers. So if you're a speaker and you're interested in speaking, or you have ideas, or you want to nominate somebody, for now you can just email me directly, Anna@theartofpregnancyandnewborn.com. But the idea is that, there's WPPI and there's imaging, and the Tyopan, I call it the Tyopan team. I'm actually think I'm going to do Tyopan team t-shirts for imaging and WPPI. But the people that have been following me and just supporting our journey and our vision and our customers, we did a couple of kind of free little mini things where we had like 50 photographers, and those who did those with us, that was kind of crazy. We had like 50 photographers. We did it twice. And it was like one time it was free, and the second time it was almost free, and we did it upstairs, and it was chaos and crazy, and I was like, I'm never doing that again. So I wanted to take that idea that we did, because we did bring in people all over the world for that, and just do our own little convention. You've got Shutterfest, so why not just do our own little fest? So that's the plan, and I'm still hoping June, but we need to kind of finalize where we're going to do it. Part of me wants to do it at the beach, so you can make a vacation of it. Rent out a hotel, but I need to have different speakers. And then do I have 10 speakers or 5 speakers, and do we limit it to 500 people? So we're just trying to figure out all of that. So as soon as I've been working with some people on it. So as soon as, I don't want to release it too quickly, and then it's craziness. So I want to do it right. So more information to come. I know that Kelly Brown is doing her, baby summit that she had in Australia. She's coming to the States to do that next year. And I'm not sure if I'm speaking for them. I've told Kelly that I'll be happy. I would love to speak for them. So I don't want to interfere with what they're doing, but I think that's August, and ours would be June. And I think it's kind of a different thing than what she's doing. So I don't want to compete with any of the conventions. I don't want to compete with any of the summits or fests or anything like that. I just want to kind of gather our people, if you will. So that's that. Okay, so let's go to some questions. Big beach house. That's what we need. It'd be a big beach house with like 500 of our favorite photographers. Okay. I'm going to go to the questions here. It's already 2:30. We haven't done much. Okay. This is a good one. When you started out, did you offer discounts if you were not busy enough? I have clients who want to use me, but they don't want to pay what my website offers, but I don't want to lose them. Yeah, this is important. Yeah, I still offer discounts. We actually the reason I was late coming here was we released our fall specials. We had released summer specials that sold really, really well, and then we ended them. And then so many people have been calling in the past couple of days for family and children. Because while I specialize in pregnancy and newborn, I love children and family sessions. And, I'll talk about kind of the specializing in sessions and specials for a second. Because, people know me for pregnancy and newborn. That's like never going to go away. I am very true to my heart about why I love pregnancy and newborn sessions. Those of you who know my adoption story, I won't go into it, but that's kind of my thing. I love it, love it, love it, love it. But one thing I learned years ago was I would do the pregnancy newborn thing, and then they'd ask about a baby plan. So then I started a baby plan, and then like after a year, I was like, oh, I miss my clients. I want to see them again. I don't want them to just run off to another photographer. And what was happening was, especially if you start developing a relationship with a child, it's kind of special because they come back year after year and they know me. I'm Anna Banana, and one of this family I just photographed, I've been photographing them since some of these kids were born. Well, actually, yeah, the Hill family, I photographed both of her daughters from the get-go at newborn session. And now, they're older and they're so sweet. And there's so many families where I just felt like I didn't want to say goodbye. Like, I know I specialize in pregnancy newborn, but I love children and I love families. And the whole reason of why I do what I do is for preserving your legacy. That's my thing. My mission, my why is preserving family legacy, creating your own visual history. Because as an adopted child, I don't have a visual history of my childhood. So to me, that's crucial. And there are people that miss the newborn stage and they come at 6 months or whatever. That's okay. But my goal as a photographer is to capture that visual history. Now, I don't do weddings, don't have time for it, don't like it. Parties, we've been doing parties for 12 years, high-end birthday parties, but now my staff does that. And we do commercial photography. Tiffany just had a commercial session here today. My staff does that as well. So I feel like there was a lot of things I did in the beginning myself. I did parties in the beginning myself, animals, commercial, all sorts of things. And then as I've gotten busier and my time is little, there's really nowhere for people to get headshots around here. So we have a beautiful studio, and why not still offer that? So Tiffany offers commercial headshots, and for our party photography, Stephanie shoots for me, Alex, Tiffany, they've all done party photography. And we've had many other photographers do that. So back to specials question. We kind of have done Christmas in July for the past few years. We'll release Christmas in July specials. And, my document that I just released is well over a dozen pages. And I shoot at, I think, 6 different locations. And for children and family, I prefer location. I just feel like if you get kids out in the environment and families out in the environment, they're not so stiff. And there's a time and a place for family studio photography, for sure. Some of my favorite images in my house are family studio, but I also love our beach photography as well. So I just feel like as the family grows and evolves, they might like to go on location. So right before I came on here, I released our specials again for the fall. And it's a tight deadline. It'll end October 30th, but they can book like next year if they wanted to. It's just the actual special ends. So when I started out, I always had my base pricing. I've had a session fee since 1999, since the day that I started. And I just said, coming from corporate, I said I wanted to make, a dollar amount an hour because that's how I had budgeted my life. And so to have a proper budget, if you don't know me, I have an accounting background, I needed steady numbers. So from the beginning, I've always had a session fee and knew what I wanted my hourly dollar to be, and then built my products and services and cost of goods from there. So with that being said, there's a couple of things I believe in. I don't believe in charging my friends and family. Never have, never will. If you're a friend of mine and I've broken bread with you and had a glass of wine with you, like, you're a friend of mine, and I'm not going to charge you for my photography. I'm just not. That's just me. Family, no way. But there are loyal clients that come to me over and over and over again, and I don't want them having to run somewhere else because that other person's cheaper, and I'm not the cheapest person on the block. And so I think specials and incentives are valuable for a couple of reasons. One, I think it rewards your people that follow you. I think that I know that every business does it. Nordstrom, I mean, they send their favorite customers different bonuses and incentives. And any store that you shop at frequently and they say, hey, join our mailing list or become a customer, they're going to want to reward you with incentives and discounts to come back. So I think from a business and marketing standpoint, whether you're photography or anyone else, my carpet cleaner gives me like $20 off my next carpet cleaning, and I'm like, yeah, awesome, I'll call you again. Why wouldn't I call you again? So yeah, I know for a fact that I've always offered discounts and incentives. And when things are slow, yeah, pick it up. Go ahead, offer a promotion, offer an idea. Work on new things. I think there's a bug in here. Work on new projects. There's nothing wrong with it. Where people get stuck is when they're not busy and the phone's not ringing, and then they just start giving it all away. They just start shooting everybody and just doing free sessions because they're so desperate for work, and then they get bummed because now they're shooting and they're working but they're not getting paid. And that's kind of tough because you want to attract more work, and to do that you need work, right? And so what I tell photographers, if you don't have any work and you want to try something new, and I'm going to give you a real world example, do the work with very close family and friends and create an incentive for new clients to come to you. And I'll give you an example because I see there's questions on what I'm saying. Here's a really good example, and then I'll answer these friends' questions because that's always the hot topic. So years ago, maybe it was at least, I'd say 4 years ago, I was talking with Tiffany, and every year I have this conversation with her. I need a new location. I'm bored. I've done this location, that location. I'm bored. I need a new location. So every year, that's what I want. So this one year, I said, give me a new location. And she says, okay, let's do the field. And then I said, oh, everyone's always bringing out sofas and chairs to the field. Why don't we do that? And we'll bring our kids. Everyone has one friend or one person you can bring with you to experiment. And so she brought her kids and my kids, and it was like a disaster. And we brought the husbands, big mistake. It was before dinner because we wanted before sunset, last hour and a half before sunset. We had a little bit of snacks, but we didn't quite plan. And then, think about it. Evan's like 8. Olivia is, I think, 6. Ava's probably 4. Let's see, Evan was going into 7th grade because he did that bow. So they were 7th grade, 5th grade, 3rd grade. Okay, so a little older than 4. But the idea was her kids were even littler. So we bring out, 5 kids because she didn't have her 3rd kid yet, 2 husbands, a chair, a field, bugs, mosquitoes. Oh my gosh. It was crazy. But that session just changed my life because we had probably 3 or 4 killer images from that session that I still look at very fondly to this day. One of my favorite pictures of my kids is from that session. We had a gorgeous picture of Tiffany's daughter from that session. Evan gave me a great picture. And so I used those images and then marketed the fields and the location and bringing out the chairs and the sofas to the field. And so many of my old clients who either they hadn't been to me in a while or they had always done studio were really excited. And we booked so many field sessions. We ended up doing a whole field special. And we rocked it. I mean, we made thousands and thousands of dollars from just one night, and our husbands were annoyed and they wanted a beer and the kids were starving and getting bit by bugs, and Oh my gosh, but I was looking for just 1 or 2 shots. And then we knew I carry a bug spray bag with me. My clients know that. I have extra reflectors with me. I mean, I carry, we buy extra cold water bottles. Alex taught me about getting these water bottles where the water, is cold for like 24 hours. So we've got shooting on location down to a science. I have my wagon. I mean, we've got it down to a science now. But so I tell photographers, if the phone's not ringing and people's not calling you, you kind of got to look at your work. And you got to look at your work and you got to say, gosh, is it stale? Is it boring? Is it not exciting? Because I get bored of my work every day. I mean, every day I wake up, I'm like, oh, it's just yuck. And so I have to continually keep myself inspired, continually. So if the phone's not really ringing, don't be so quick to sell the farm or just start giving sessions away for free, or you're going to be eating tuna for the rest of your life. You want to say, you know what? Look at something that inspires you. Look at magazines, look at images. I was in Florida and there was this ad on the wall of this family photo that I've been showing everyone. It's not a real family, it's a model. But this is like the most amazing photo I've seen. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to do that photo. Look for something that inspires you and create the work. So some of the questions are, I've done, I'm getting a bit nervous about not having any clients. So that is nervous. If it is nerve-wracking, you've got to question yourself and say, I don't have any clients, why? Ask someone to look at your work. Just ask someone, whether it's a partner or a spouse. You may cry when they're done, but say, look at my work. Would you hire me? Yes or no? Ask someone you trust. And see what the answer is, and maybe that might be part of the reason. As one of the questions is, how do you decide who is close enough friend to give a session to? This question is different for everybody. My thing is, if I've broken bread with you, and I know it may sound weird, but I don't break bread with a lot of people. I really don't. And my circle of friends is extremely small. And for me to go and eat with you and drink with you, that means that I trust you. And if I think I can call you if I'm in trouble, or if I'm down, or if I need to pick me up, then you're probably my friend. If I don't feel like I can call you, then we may be acquaintances, but we're probably not friends. And so if we're acquaintances, I'll be happy to give you a special. A lot of my friends' kids, my kids' friends, I'll take pictures of them and I won't charge them because they're my kids' friends and they've slept over, or some of them we've known since they were preschool. Olivia's best friend, she's known since she was preschool. I'm not going to charge her mom for her headshots. We just did her mom's headshots. I've taken pictures of her daughter. We did her son's modeling shots. I feel like we've shared rides so many times and we've swapped kids so many times that even though we're not really close friends, the mom and I, we're friends, but we're not like sleepover friends. I still wouldn't charge him. So I do think that if you've got 200 friends, you may have to be careful. And then what you could do is you do a friends and family discount. And I did do that years ago, where it was in the fall time and I said friends and family discount, and it was 50% off everything. 50% off the session, 50% off the pricing, and it was kind of a once a year thing. So if you've got 200 friends and you're the most popular girl on the block and everybody loves you and loves your work, you still have to feed yourself. So do a friends and family coupon, do something really pretty and press card. I love the printed material, and send it out. Okay, so I work with 200 females and do newborn photography. I don't know what that means. Someone said, can you guys see the video, or did it just go to the Tyopan sign? I think the video looks fine. Okay, because of you, Anna, I'm taking a leap of faith in starting my business. What do you recommend for someone who is just starting out? Well, Diana, as far as what do I recommend in terms of what? Equipment, website, I need a little bit more information. In a NICU, let's see. Okay, so Krista says she works in a NICU with 200 females and do newborn photography. Okay, so Krista, do you have a question about that? Gustavo, when did you realize that you need a crew? Fabulous question. When I had my first child. No, it was after that. It was way after that because I couldn't afford it when I had my first child. You know when they say it takes a village? They're absolutely right. My challenge is I need like 50 people to do everything I want to do. That's my number one challenge. The minute you bring on one person to help you, whether it's clean your house or babysit your children, my first assistant was like free and like 2 hours a week. And it was enough to watch my son for, 2 hours, and I felt like a rock star. I felt like I could run around the world because you know how much you can get done if you have children and you have someone to help you. If you don't have children and you're doing it all yourself, if you just get one person to help you, just alleviate one task, you all of a sudden free up your mind and your stress from that one task that you probably didn't have time to do. And all of a sudden your mind opens and you want to do 500 million things. I mean, honestly, I could employ 50 people tomorrow if I financially could afford it. So I think when you decide that you need a crew, and I love that term, is when you've hit a wall. When you just say, I can't do anymore, but I can't afford to grow my business without help. See, a lot of people are stuck in a rut because they financially need to make more money, but they can't do it all. Whether you have 3 children and you're editing all yourself, you're shooting yourself, you're packaging yourself, you're doing everything yourself, and you're saying, I can't afford to hire anyone, but I need to make more money. Well, that's not going to work. You have to hire someone to make more money. So you have to decide what is your time worth. And that is something my husband taught me years ago, and I knew it before he told me. But he would have to tell me, Anna, what's the best use of your time? Because honestly, I could sit and make headbands all day. I love to package. I love to file. I love to file. There's a lot of things. I've done every aspect of my job, and I have to say that 90% of it, I love doing it all. Put me in a room with filing cabinets. If I had no pressure or no time, I would be so happy. So I think what the challenge is, most photographers really like doing all these things, and some of you don't. Some of you may say, I hate editing, I hate filing, or whatever. But then you have to decide, what is your time worth? Who's going to make money to pay this place? I'm the only one making money, besides the commercial jobs Tiffany does and the parties we do, that's making money to pay all of these people. So if I'm sitting here making headbands and filing, not making any money, I'm not going to pay my rent. So I have no choice but to get somebody to help file and make headbands and do things so that I can work to pay my rent. So to answer the question, when you feel like you need a wall, you're hitting or needing a crew, is when you're saying you're doing all you can do, and you want to do more, you want to make more money, or you want to work on new projects. You've got to get help. And look, I've used interns for years. Alex, our videographer, was an intern. That's how I met him. And so now we're getting involved with an employment company that has youth that needs jobs. They're kind of underprivileged youth. And so they're coming in as interns, and we've been interviewed once and we're being interviewed again. And we're going to be bringing in some of these kids off the street, well, not really off the street, they're in school, to come and work in our studio as interns, free of charge. The program itself pays for it. So there's so many ways that you can bring in people. My kids know that whenever I need them, they work. There's ways that you can build your crew without spending money. And then as you make more money, then you can afford to hire people. Okay. Let's see. It's a lot of questions. We only have like about 7 more minutes. So let me see if I can go and get to some of these questions. What percentage of your clients choose your digital-only option? My digital-only option is not cheap. It's $1,800 for a pregnancy and newborn. And it really varies. It varies. I think everything goes in cycles. We know that because babies are born in cycles, and there's twin cycles. And we definitely have pay cycles, is what I call them, where we'll go like 2 months and everybody's choosing the digital option because they get video. And video is a big seller right now. We're not going to dive into video today, but video has changed my life. And so a lot of my clients really like video. So I have to ask Tiffany that question because she handles all the booking and all the phone calls. So I'll ask her. We'll get Tiffany in here. It's 11 p.m. Go to sleep. Let's see. Alex, maybe you can get Tiffany. Can you discuss how you do your marketing? Is it online or do you publish as well? Ooh, marketing. Gosh, that's a whole show. My info is snail mail. I'm a big snail mail person. We do not send things via digital. I'm all about the printed press. You know what we'll do? Marketing is a big one. So we're going to do a separate Anna Brandt Live on marketing. Okay? So we'll make a note on that. Maybe Tara, if you're listening, maybe we can start publishing a schedule and we'll do Anna Brandt Live on marketing. And let's do an Anna Brandt Live on maybe editing. I do the culling, so the initial Lightroom cull, getting the images down from 500 to 100. I do only myself. The few times Tiffany's tried to do it, doesn't work. I need to do it. And then I do my own sneak peeks because that's kind of my style, my idea. And then we have Justin, who's our PA, our production assistant. He does all the cleaning up of the digital files. We use retouchup.com. Big plug for them because they handle all of our head swaps and remove an arm. That's retouchup.com. So it's shared. Hey, Anna, I'm from New York. Hey. Absolutely love your work. Thank you. I'm excited about this. Yay. Can you touch base on how to correctly price sessions and not feel discouraged by clients? That might have to be another day. I don't discuss pricing live. So maybe we'll do that privately for our forum members or maybe a paid thing or something because I don't like to publicly discuss it. And the reason is I always tell people that I don't want Nordstrom telling everyone how much I spend at Nordstrom. But we can talk about my theories about pricing maybe. So I'll get back to that. I have to make notes. Tara, are you making notes? I purchased your Creative Live classes. Thank you. Love Creative Live. The Belly Babies online workshop. Thank you to my online students. We have over 800 online students. I love you guys. Do I still need a contract and a model release? Yes. Yeah, you do. You do. Yes. Do we sell them? The contracts and model releases are in our forum for free. So if you are a forum member, it's $99 a year. You can get my contracts in there. Okay. Yeah, you have to have a contract. What's my favorite preset or action? I'm a Florabella fan. I like some Florabellas. I like their color and light collection because of my outdoor work. My indoor newborn, I don't really use presets and actions. I usually just do my own. But on location is where my presets and actions. That's my thing. And I'd say probably Florabella. I've done portrait photography for 8 years and I'm wanting to get into birth photography. Do you have any suggestions on how to get started in that? You know, honestly, I don't do birth photography, and the reason is because of the commitment. I mean, gosh, I'd love to do that, but I just don't have that kind of time. My suggestions would be offer promos and incentives. Like if I was offering anytime I'm offering something new, I will say, you know, we're now offering, let's say, birth sessions. Here's the intro price. And all businesses do that. You know, when McDonald's introduces a new McWhatever, they'll say special offer 99 cents. You know, and then next week it'll be $8.99 or whatever it is. Do the same thing. Just come up with birth packages and then offer incentives for new clients. That's what I would do. So I definitely have a plan for my scheduling. My newborn sessions, we try to do first thing in the morning and then right after lunch. We definitely discourage late afternoon babies and evening babies because we find that babies are a little crankier and the day has passed and it just does not. I've had it. Every time I have a 3 or 4 o'clock baby, I'm like, this is not going to end well. And I can probably count on one hand how many times that's happened. So we avoid it at all costs. We like first thing in the morning. And when I say first thing in the morning, we open at 10. We request that our clients feed the baby right before the session so they could come in as early as 9 or 9:30 and feed. Once school starts, it's easier for me because I drop off my kids for school. The last child is dropped off at 8 o'clock in the morning. And my studio doesn't open until 10. So I've got leeway. The summer, it's harder. So I've got to be careful about that morning time. Okay, so I only do in-person sales, yes. I'm going to answer a couple more questions and then we're going to wrap it up. Okay, I have a T3i and wanted to know if it should be under a specific quality for when I print out pictures. Well, I mean, honestly, when you're printing pictures, you want them the highest quality. So you want them 300 dpi for print, and you want to size them accordingly. Is there some sort of cable I can have connected to my camera and laptop for when I take pictures, like a photo booth, people can see the picture? Yes. I did this for Gucci like 2 years ago. I was shooting for Gucci in their store. They were launching their baby line. And by Gucci's request, we were shooting. Gucci was paying me. So their customers, it was VIP, it was a closed event. They were not paying for their photos. So Gucci hired my staff. We actually brought a little printer. We brought a laptop, my camera, and the cable that goes from the camera to the computer. And then we used a particular software. I can't think of what it is right now. And I was tethered. So when I shot, it went right to my laptop. And we've done this for events for parenting because I shoot the parenting covers. And we've done this a couple of times on the event. And then you have a staff member sitting at the laptop and you can show the person the picture, sell the person the picture. And all the times I've done it, parenting, we were selling the photos. But for Gucci or other private events, I did an event for Shutterfly as well. It was a celebrity event. We didn't show the pictures on that event, but Gucci we did. So yeah, yes, you can. In my cousin's wedding and she wants me to take her pictures. Well, so here's the thing, Joanna, New Jersey. I don't know about T3i. I don't know that camera. Do you know that camera, Alex?
Yeah,
it's a little bit older. Okay, so Alex says it's an entry-level camera and she's doing a wedding. Large JPEG, at least raw if you can do it, always raw. And then if you want to do this at someone's wedding, you got to have another person manning the laptop because there are times that the cable will disconnect or the image won't pop up. That's a two-man operation. I also, okay, so I think I got Tara's questions. I'll get back to that. Okay, so remember that whole mothering thing? This is my son asking me if he can go to dinner with Alex tonight. And I said no. Sorry, Evan. He wants to go to Jen with you, Alex. Sorry, it's a school night. I know, sorry guys. Okay, so we're gonna wrap this up because it's after 3. And I have a client coming in an hour that I need to prepare for. So I'm going to wrap up a couple of questions. And maybe we can try and, with my staff's help, come up with an Anna Brandt Live schedule. Like we can do our next one on marketing. And then that way, if you know the schedule and you know the date, we can have all the questions ready for you. Remember, this is our first time doing this since we decided we weren't going to do it anymore. And then I really didn't know if I wanted to do it. I mean, it's kind of just putting myself out there live. And it's a big time commitment. I have to pay people to do this, and I was really hesitant because I thought people must be sick of me. So for those of you who are watching and you're still watching, thank you for watching. If you want to see more, I want feedback. I want to hear, I want to see more, and these are the topics and these are our questions, and then that fuels our fire to provide more. And who knows where this is going to go. Alex is looking at some really expensive video equipment. So he's nodding his head yes, so that we can broadcast live sessions and things like that. So the potential is there. To join the forum where we have a lot of our things, membership is $99 a year. And there's a coupon code right now. So there's a fall coupon code that's on all of our social media pages and on Instagram. We have an Instagram account, Tyopan Gowns, and we have an Instagram account, Anna Brandt, 1N. And the coupon code is there, and if you spend $75, you get 15 off. So membership right now is $99 a year. You get 15 bucks off. That's not bad. And you get free videos in there, contracts in there. We've been adding new content, free videos that no one else can see on the forum. Someone says, I love this Periscope no more. I hear you, right? I'm just getting tired of the bad Periscope connection. Yes, live sessions. More live videos. Definitely not sick of you. Thank you, Anna. Aw, you guys are nice. It's important to tell people, honestly, because, sometimes I feel like I'm talking to myself. Okay, so let me just go over a few things. And then I'm going to tell you about this program. My kids. My kids are my life, right? If you're a mother or a father, you have kids, they're your life. So they're a big part of my life. Okay, I'm going to go over a couple of things. For those of you who might be new, we have a couple of channels, and I'm going to go over them with you and kind of explain a couple of things, then we'll wrap it up. I changed some domains last night to make it a little simpler. I made a domain called AnnaBrandtVideos.com. And we can put this in the comment section on YouTube, so if you miss it, you have an easy link. AnnaBrandtVideos.com will go to our main YouTube channel, and we'll have links to all of our main videos that we do. AnnaBrandtLive.com is where you'll come here to watch us live. And we will save these videos, assuming they go well, they'll be saved. If I hate them, they get removed. But I think this has gone well today, so we'll keep this one up here. I just have to have that disclaimer. So I'll be like, Alex, I removed it, I deleted it. Instagram, we have 2 Instagram accounts. Anna Brandt is mine. And then Tyopan Gowns. And Tyopan, yeah, Tyopan. Isn't that Tara? Now I'm like questioning myself. Oh, our other channel. Alex, I lost my video. Oh, here we are. Maybe Tara can type in our Tyopan Instagram account. But if you hashtag Tyopan Gowns, so Tyopan Gowns is the name of our Instagram account. And the reason is it's very specific. We love to repost those who purchase our gowns, and we sell them all over the world. I think like 70 countries right now. We love to repost your images and share our customers. You guys are doing great work. I want to promote you too. So hashtag Tyopan Gowns so that we can share your work. And we like to share it on Facebook as well. And what else can I tell you? For information about workshops, membership, mentoring, and everything else, it's tyopanonline.com is my main website. And there it links to everything else. It links to workshops, mentoring, Spain, Brazil, Argentina. Whoever I'm working with, it's going to be on the website. Those of you who are in our online workshops, I thank you for just hanging in there with all of our online workshops. Lastly, I want to talk about this guy. So his name is Ace, but it's called OCAPICA, and it's, I guess, only in Orange County. It says Orange County Asian and Pacific Islander Community Alliance, Job Development Placement Specialist. And he had told me basically he is working with kids who maybe can't get a job. Maybe they've been in trouble or maybe whatever. And so he likes to it's an intern program for high school students. Basically, that's what it is. And I was a street kid. I was a foster child. Some of these kids are foster children. That was me. So I definitely believe in bringing on people. I don't care about race, creed, ethnicity, who you sleep with. None of that matters to me. I tell people all the time, I'm a photographer, I'm not a judge. So I love to work with people, and when he said there's even foster children involved, I would have loved it when I was a foster child, except I was really young, if I had stayed in the foster system to somebody to offer me work. So it is a free intern program, but the agency pays the children, the kids, they're teenagers. So, but the local colleges, every year, we've been kind of on an intern break because I have a full staff, but for a long time, for about 10 years, every single year we were getting interns from our college, and developing relationships with the interns are important. I also tell people to reach out to your local community. I've had a couple of times clients who can't afford photos come in and file. I had a really good client of mine. She filed for like 3 weeks in exchange, and we kind of gave her an hourly wage and then put it on account, and she bought photos with it. Why not? Why not, right? My hairstylist said if I go in and sweep his floors 3 times, I get my hair done for free. I would do it. I mean, seriously. So, you've got a community, and I think that one of the reasons that I keep going with the videos and live and one of the reasons why I keep reaching out to you guys is I know how lonely it can be when you're home in your pajamas or your computer at 10 o'clock at night and you're just lonely and you're bored and you're tired and you're broke. There is a huge community out there, and that's why I'm always getting on Photographer's Case about joining their local affiliates and being part of communities. I'm a solo girl. I like to be alone. I like to be with my families. I'm one of those people that could be in my house for a week and like never leave. So I kind of force myself to get out there, and I force myself to talk to other photographers, and I do workshops, and because otherwise I wouldn't do it. And I think we kind of have to just force ourselves to learn about others, to embrace our community, to reach out to friends and people and say, hey, listen, I'm struggling. I need work. I need to get this photography business a go, but also do the work. I think what's so frustrating nowadays that I see is everybody's just looking for handouts. Like, tell me the magic pill for the right sales equation. Tell me the magic pill for getting clients. Tell me the magic pill for, you know, becoming a superstar. Tell me the magic pill for getting a baby to sleep. There's no magic pill. It's a lot of hard work. I work really, really, really hard. And so I think that a lot of people are looking for that magic potion, and what works for me may not work for you. And so at the end of the day, you have to kind of work, and you've got to kind of find ways to inspire you. You know, if you're down and out, find something that's going to inspire you. Okay, Katie says she does it for a CrossFit membership. Perfect. When will we receive gowns off the Periscope sale? Corinne is shipping as we speak in that room. She's been working on shipping. So that's it. We're going to call it a day. Thank you for being patient. Thank you for joining us online. We will try to come up with a regular schedule for doing this. We'll try to do some live photo shoots for you, and we will hopefully just try to continue to educate you and inspire you. And for those of you who are not part of your PPA groups, I'll be letting you know what affiliates I'll be speaking at this year. Come on, be part of the group. Enter competitions. Get out there. Get out of your pajamas. And we're going to wrap it up. So thank you, Adriana. Thank you, everybody. Berdine, Annie. Thank you for everybody who's watching. I don't even know how many people are watching right now. Chrissy says check with the workforce program. They have one in Kissimmee, Florida. That's cool. Yeah, there's so many ways to get help. There's so many ways. So thank you. Thank you for joining us. This definitely beats Periscope, but we're still going to be doing Periscope, especially because I'm teaching a social media class. I believe in being involved in all of the media. Love the staff involvement and answering questions during the show. 75 were watching. That's fun. For less than 24 hours notice. I mean, I was like sitting on my sofa with the kids doing their homework last night, and I texted Alex, we're going live tomorrow. He's like, okay, I kind of had a feeling. So we really didn't have a whole lot of notice. We sent out a quick email, posted it on Facebook, and that was it. So not bad for just pulling in 75 people. Periscope, we've been pulling like 200 to 300 pretty quickly. But it's also 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and a lot of people are still working, and some people are sleeping, and all kinds of things. So we will try to find a day and time that works good for most people. Last question, what other photographers have inspired you, Anna? Like you've inspired so many photographers like myself. Oh, someone else said it was 93 watchers. You know, the people that inspire me are people that aren't photographers, if that makes sense. Oh, there was 104 earlier, someone said. I listen to Marie Forleo on YouTube and Anthony Robbins. I sometimes when I'm quietly working and I need someone to listen to, I listen to them. I am a big Oprah fan, if you know. I'm a big Brene Brown fan. So honestly, my inspirational people, my motivators are usually inspirational speakers, because at the end of the day, the work is the work. There's a lot of amazing newborn photographers out there. A lot. There's amazing. You know who they all are. There's just hundreds of great newborn photographers. There's a ton of really great pregnancy photographers. There's a ton of great children photographers. I don't look for that for inspiration. I look for, my inspiration has to come from a very strong source. And it comes from the Bible, and it comes from Oprah and Anthony Robbins and Marie Forleo and my children and my husband and people that are being very successful at whatever they're doing. If someone is really successful and they kind of have a good recipe and they're getting themselves out of bed every day, that's what I'm looking for. Because I got to tell you, I know a lot of great newborn photographers that can't pay their bills. And I know a lot that are super depressed, and you'd never know it. And I know a lot that are miserable editing all night, and you'd never know it. And so I don't really look, I know wedding photographers that like will kill themselves if they do another wedding. So I don't really necessarily look into my own trade. Of course, the inspiration is everywhere you go. You scroll on Facebook, you scroll on Pinterest, you scroll on Instagram. I love it all. I love it all. I love most of the photos I see. I get inspired, I get excited. Props, who doesn't excite it? But that doesn't get me out of bed every day. Someone else's newborn work isn't going to get me out of bed in the day. That might depress me because I'll say, oh, I'm not good. What gets me out of bed every day is finding Bible quotes that inspire me. I have tons of quote books. I collect quote books. Having my kids force me out of bed every day. That's kind of things that inspire me. So that's kind of where I look to my inspiration, if that makes sense. So that's it. Thank you for joining us, and I'll see you next time. My name is Anna Brandt, and I hope you have a good night.